If you're hiring your friends, wives, like if you have them working in the business, that's bad?
If the function of the business is secondary to giving a favor to a cousin or an aunt or an uncle, then your vision is clouded and your decisions are short-minded. Wouldn't you agree?
I mean, yeah, I've just never had anyone really actually say that. But yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Now,
but I want you to expand a little bit on it. Did you have a bad experience or saw a bad experience?
Yeah. I mean, there's challenges. Now, I don't want to say you can't work with family because you can, but you just have to make sure that priority is the business succeeding. That means that you have to be able to make a call inside the business around what's best for the business.
Okay, that's crazy because the person that owns the business that has to make the call obviously believes something very different than the person that did this thing wrong in this person's eye, the owner's eye, right? So there's a conflict of belief, core belief, probably. Who is this person just to say, hey, sorry, I need you out? Like, what right do they have to say, hey, I love you, your family, but get out? Won't this person just have hostile feelings?
So it's operating in different domains. There's a domain of the business, and that is a complete, unique, and distinct domain from the domain of the family relationship. And those two things exist independently. You can be a brother at home or a family member at home or at a family reunion, and then in the business, you serve the function of the business, and you live in those domains.
I mean, I get that in a perfect world, but obviously someone's feelings are going to get hurt, no?
Yeah, they can. I guess early on you have to decide if you're willing to gamble those casualties. And that's why people recommend not working with family.
And that's why you're saying it can really harm the business.
It can. Now, that being said, I have family that work inside of my business. And have we, Trey?
Oh, yeah, he's your brother-in-law, right?
Yeah. We have an understanding that we make decisions that are best for the company, regardless. And we're both committed to the business in the business domain, and we're committed to family in the family domain. And sometimes Trey calls hard shots. Sometimes I don't like them, but those stay in the business. And then we go hang out on the weekend. We live in the family domain as family.
Wow.
And it's not easy for a lot of people to do, but we do it.
Where do you think you learned that mentality? That's not an easy one. I've worked with family, my brother, tried, doing stuff with my mom. And when you have this entrepreneurial spirit, right, or this something inside of you where you are trusted to make decisions, that means you have this belief, right? So
yeah, it's all about serving people to the best of their capacity. When people aren't serving the business in the way that the business needs to be served, there's an amount of that person that's not fulfilled. It's hard to make the transition, but eventually they'll move on to something else that's more fulfilling.
Crazy. I like it.
It kind of sucks though. So,
well, it's like hardcore. It's like you're super hardcore about your business, cut and dry, almost heartless. But then on the other hand, I think it shows a tremendous amount of maturity, right? If you can pull it off, both sides. Take you and Trey, for example. If you were that frustrated about some of the decisions and then you go hang out as family on the weekends, I think that takes an immense amount of maturity.
Yeah, it does. I'm extremely mature. But I wouldn't recommend it as a first choice to go collect all your family and be like, we'll handle this, it'll work out. Sometimes circumstances work out that way. Like Todd Santiago is the brother-in-law of Todd Peterson, and they ended up working together. And it worked out, I think.
I think what you said in the beginning, it clouds the business. It can be complicated. I think there's only a few exceptions to the rule that family might work out well. I really like what you said. I just wanted to push further on it and understand how you got there. But I think that was really good.